All right, Wednesday evening weather for Weather Geeks time. It's the Valley's most in-depth weather forecast video. This is going to be a shorter video than we've gotten used to lately because the weather's quieting down, it's settling down. We don't have any real big, impactful weather events coming our way anytime real soon, but as always, we'll find some interesting things to talk about in this video. First things first, we've set not one, not two, but 4 temperature records. Actually, 3 temperature records were broken and we tied one. Over the last couple of days. Yesterday's 30 was just after midnight, and that tied the coldest high temperature for yesterday's date. Today's high of 25 easily broke the old record of 29 for the coldest high temperature on today's date. And as far as low temperatures go, last evening it dropped down to 15, setting a new record for yesterday's date. And then this morning at the Youngstown Warren Airport, we dropped down to 14, a new record low temperature for the 12th of November. What a couple of days we have had. An air mass that January would certainly be pretty proud of. All right, the weather across the country this evening is fairly benign. We have fronts producing some rain in Texas, a weak little cold front, a little clipper if you will, bringing some flurries and snow showers to the upper Midwest. It's spreading clouds in here, but no precipitation around here. You can kind of easily see our Arctic air mass moving over the Gulf Stream. When you see these kinds of cloud streets coming down through the Gulf Stream, that is an indication of very cold air blowing over the relatively warm waters of the western Atlantic. So yeah, not a lot of barn burners, and the air mass is modifying. That cold air is kind of getting off the playing field gradually, and so the air mass is starting to modify. It's 10 to 20 degrees warmer than this same time yesterday, from Indianapolis to St. Louis to Omaha down to Dallas and Albuquerque as well. Our temperatures here will not be as cold tonight. We'll kind of flatline in the mid-20s. No one's going to drop into the lower teens. No records out there for tonight. All right, tomorrow's going to play out kind of the opposite of today. May start the day with some clouds, but I do think by the afternoon we're into a decent amount of sunshine. And a southwesterly wind will help us get up not only above freezing, but flirting with 40. Now, that's still about 10 degrees below average, but it's a big-time improvement, certainly, over the last couple of days. First front kind of washes out. This second front's a little bit stronger, but it will come through with no fanfare on Friday, maybe just a band of clouds late in the day Friday into Friday evening. And this is just kind of a reinforcing shot of chill. The air mass behind this, is not especially cold compared to the air mass that we've been in over the last 24 to 36 hours, but again, it will just kind of reinforce this colder than average pattern. High pressure will give us sunshine, it looks like, for the upcoming weekend. So yeah, pretty benign forecast here with no chances of precipitation all the way through Monday. By middle of next week, yeah, I've introduced a small risk of a quick shower, a little drizzle. I think it'll be a fairly cloudy stretch early next week. No surprise, we're getting into a pretty cloudy time of the year now that we're into mid-November. But yeah, no snowstorms, no Arctic air masses, and generally non-impactful weather, it looks like, for a while. And as we look ahead to the longer range, now a couple of things can be true at the same time. One thing looks to be true: I don't see a lot of warmth coming our way over the next couple of weeks. No quote-unquote Indian summer, where we get a period of abnormal warmth after some hard freezes. I don't see that coming anytime real soon. A couple of days may sneak above average, certainly, in the next couple of weeks, but I don't see a prolonged stretch of warmth like we've honestly kind of gotten used to in recent months, and well, in recent years for that matter. But in the meantime, the other thing that can be true is that it doesn't look especially harshly cold. Occasionally we're going to see some days that are well below average, certainly, but I don't see a return of the kind of air mass that we're in the middle of now anytime real soon. So, the pattern overall just looks to be kind of in the middle. Not real warm, not real cold, averaging out probably a little bit chillier than average when you look at the next 2 weeks or so in the run up to Thanksgiving. Between now and Thanksgiving, it'll probably average, out to be a little bit chillier than typical for mid to late November, but not harshly cold and also not abnormally warm. And you kind of see that reflected in the Climate Prediction Center 8 to 14 day outlook. You don't see a lot of deep oranges and reds, but you don't see those deep blues and purples. So not a lot of air masses straying really far from the average, it looks like, as we go through the next couple of weeks. So it's been a rockin' week. We've had a lot to talk about, but things are quieting down, and I thank you as always for watching a fresh edition of Weather for Weather Geeks here on EricWFMJ.com, WFMJ.com/weather, the Storm Tracker 21 app, and of course my social media channels as well. If you don't follow me on Twitter or Instagram, hey, give me a follow over there as well. In addition to Facebook, I'm Eric WFMJ on Instagram and on Twitter. All right, make it a great Wednesday night, everyone.